Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I love to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and peace and blessings unto the elect. All right, so you see the title of the video, Judgments Are Happening Upon These Wicked People. And what I'm talking about is my woman. She had tagged me in this little tweet on Twitter. So this is basically landbacking off of the video that I made the other day. You know, beware of the adulterous spirit in this world, because there's a real adulterous spirit in this world. Shalom, bro. There's a real adulterous spirit in this world. Everybody is committing adultery. All the women that may want you, they have a man. You could be at the gym, you could be working out, and a woman could be with her man, and she's staring at you and shit. Like, this world has a real adulterous spirit on it. But of the tweet that my rib tagged me in was this Jake and this Eve. So this Eve was committing adultery with her mechanic, and they died. They passed out. They passed out because they kept the car running, and the fumes led them to pass out. So they died right then and there. And that's judgment, man. Because it tells you in Leviticus 20 verse 10, if a man lays with another man's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. And we've seen that these women are getting judged now too. Because for a time period, like it says in Hosea, the 4th chapter, the 14th verse, because we had committed adultery against the Most High, the Heavenly Father would not judge our woman our Most High would not judge our woman when they commit adultery on us. But we see that's being a reverse. So now all these people are getting judged. Beautiful. And that nigga that committed adultery, of course, he was a part of the judgment. And that's how it should be. See, in this world, adultery is glorified. Adultery is glorified in this world. But we see that the Heavenly Father is bringing all those things to a stop. You know, all this wickedness that's happening in the earth, the Heavenly Father is bringing it to a stop. And we've been saying this. We've been saying that there was going to be a whole lot of judgment happening, and that's what's happening. Look at the times that we're in, and that's Mark 16 and verse 20. We went out and preached the word, and the signs followed after us. So that's a beautiful thing. And it's going to continue to be more judgments. You got that one precept in Proverbs, I believe it's the 6th chapter. It says, he that committeth adultery hateth his own soul. They that do that love death. And that's what happened to those two people, the Eve and the Jake. Oh yeah, and the husband of that woman came and found them dead. That's the most beautiful part. He actually came and saw them dead. The husband. So, man, that's a beautiful thing to see. Of course, he was probably all messed up in the mind, because Jakes in the world are simple. Jakes in the world, women commit adultery with them, and they still keep them. That Jake was probably crying and whatnot, but that was actually a fulfillment of the book of Psalms. I believe that Psalms 92, my desire shall be upon my enemy. So he actually seen the judgment of his woman and that nigga that committed adultery. So it all worked out in his favor. That's actually beautiful. That's a beautiful thing to see. The woman that you were supposed to be in love with, and vice versa, she was supposed to be in love with you, committed adultery on you, and she got judged right then and there. Swift judgment. That's what time we're in. We're in a time of swift judgment. The Heavenly Father is bringing judgment like that. Sometimes, or over the years, the Heavenly Father, like it says in the book of Nahum, like it says in the book of Nahum, the Heavenly Father, he's long suffering, right? But now we're in a time where the Heavenly Father, he just bringing swift judgment. He's not waiting. Like it says in 2nd Ezra of the 5th chapter, I will liken my judgment into a rain, where there's no slackness of the first, there's no swiftness of the last. Meaning that the Heavenly Father, he can bring his judgment at any time, any given time. And that's why also correlating that with us brothers in the faith and you sincere sisters in the faith, and man, we gotta walk on eggshells basically now, because the Heavenly Father, he's turning up. All these things that are happening in the earth are used discernment. It tells you, Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter, the 5th verse, that a wise man both knoweth time and judgment. So know what time that we're in. You know, I was talking to a brother, and I was talking about how like 2016 to like 2018, because that's when I had came in, 2016. And you know, the truth, you know, it was serious, but it was like a lot of like, how can I put it? It was like a lot of playing around. But I can see now in like 2023, that's not how the truth is anymore. And the truth is like very, very serious now. Like 2016, 2017, 2018, it was a lot of lollygagging, it was a lot of playing around. But now in 2023, like you can like tell, like, all right, like this is really like crunch time for real. You know, things are really getting more serious. And that's because Yahweh Shah, he's about to make his return. That's why. All right, so I'm almost at the altar, so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and go live. Yahweh Tazal, you free brothers and sisters ratified. Shalom.